Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel for more views. Thank you.
Revealed, the reason why big artists like Rihanna and Kendrick Lamar are turning their backs on woke Glastonbury and Coachella.
A ticket to California's Coachella Music Festival was once on the wish list of teens around the globe. Artists would likewise grab at the opportunity to take to on the three-day festival, with previous headliners including Gorillaz, Coldplay and Red Hot Chili Peppers. But it appears that the event's appeal is slowly fading, with Rihanna and Kendrick Lamar snubbing the chance to take the top spot at the festival's 2025 rendition. The rapper reportedly declined the offer because he was too busy to make time for the festival, while Rihanna no longer needs the money or exposure, thanks to her booming Fenty empire, according to Bloomberg. And it's not just Coachella grappling with lineup issues or wider criticism from fans, with Glastonbury also coming under fire for, in the words of Noel Gallagher, being a bit woke now. Last year's California-based festival, which had Lana Del Rey and Blur on the lineup, saw legions of influencers flown out by brands to pose in the desert and promote their swimwear, hair, and clothing ranges. But many ticket holders don't even bother attending the event, now dubbed the Influencer Olympics. Blur frontman Damon Albarn became increasingly frustrated with the silent Coachella crowd during his band's set, telling them, "You'll never see us again, so you might as well sing it." He has been given sympathy by a member of Paul Weller's touring band who told of similar indifference from crowds at Coachella and branded it not a music festival. Bass guitarist Andy Lewis, who played on Weller's albums 22 Dreams and Wake Up the Nation as well as touring with him, posted on X, formerly Twitter, "Seeing the Blur thing at Coachella reminds me of when I played there with my old job. Nobody really knew, or cared, who we were. The crowd were just having a great time, and making sure they were seen to be having a great time. I got the impression it's not a music festival, rather it's a conspicuous consumption festival. A we're here and you ain't festival. Don't get me wrong, nobody there was unpleasant, but I didn't get the impression anyone cared about the music more than they cared about being there." Brit-pop band Blur played a 13-song set at the California-based music festival, including 90s classics like Girls and Boys, Pop Scene and Song 2. But the audience was less than enthusiastic, with their apathy becoming apparent to the band on stage. Footage taken during the band's set shows Damon becoming frustrated with the crowd as he asks them to sing back to him but is hit with near silence. The singer became increasingly annoyed as he shouts, "You can do it better than that," before waving his hands in the air and vowing never to return, adding, "You'll never see us again, so you might as well sing it." The crowd appeared to be comprised mostly of young Gen Z festival goers, while Blur hit its musical peak in the 90s. But while well-known faces such as Love Island's Maura Higgins and Millie Court posed up for pictures for this year's fest, Coachella has faced its slowest sales year in a decade, according to the Los Angeles Times. Influencer fatigue is setting in for music lovers who would typically attend Coachella, with 75% of respondents of a recent U.S. survey saying influencers are overshadowing Coachella's musical purpose. Meanwhile, 68% of respondents said they are unhappy with the increasing presence of brands and social media influencers at the three-day event. Famous influencers who posed up for Coachella also included YouTuber Saffron Barker, who was in partnership with White Fox Boutique. Last year, American singer Loren Gray claimed a lot of influencers pretend to attend Coachella through posed photos but do not actually go to the festival. She said, "Okay, I haven't personally seen anyone talk about this, but I think it's hilarious, and I have to share it because it's Coachella. Coachella's like the Influencer Olympics, right? It's the place to be. But most influencers, or a lot of influencers, don't even go to Coachella, and I think that this is such a wild fact." She added, "They'll go out to the desert, get like an Airbnb, stay with someone, get their outfits, get their hair, get their makeup, and they don't go to the festival." It's not just the performers that have expressed frustration at Coachella, with staff also hitting out at the festival's working conditions. Thomas Hartz was among the former employees who have laid bare the grueling conditions at the festival. He described working as a merchandise vendor at the event as torturous hell before slamming the lack of organization, limited breaks, and absence of team morale. Thomas took to the r/Coachella subreddit after working at the festival in 2022, writing, "It was absolute torturous hell. During the 3-day festival I worked a total of 33 hours in the merchandise tent, standing on my feet for hours on hours in front of a never-ending line. By the end of day 1 I could hardly stand. Each step hurt so bad. It only got more painful as the weekend progressed." Thomas claimed that team leaders were handing out ibuprofen to workers who were in pain, with some shifts running until 2 a.m. He also argued that there was no organization and said that team members routinely went over 5 hours working without a break during our shifts and alleged that their timesheets were edited to fix it. Thomas said that staff camping was a nightmare and added that he wished there was more solidarity among staff because he felt there was unnecessary tension. And Coachella isn't the only festival facing backlash, with some revelers also hitting out at Glastonbury. Supermodels and their musician boyfriends would parade around Somerset's Worthy Farm in hot pants and hunter wellies, building up such a fuss that those without a ticket would watch BBC's coverage of the festival in their front rooms. Those lucky enough to secure a ticket to Glastonbury Festival would embark upon a 5-day holiday of booze-fueled fun, listening to the likes of David Bowie or Amy Winehouse with bragging rights for the entire summer period. Today, the prospect is somewhat different. While the alcohol-enhanced fun might continue at Michael Eavis's farm, people seem to care less, with music events like Taylor Swift's Eras Tour overshadowing Glastonbury. Glastonbury has long been praised for its wealth of performances, but the experience comes at a premium price. It has not always been that way, though, and when the festival started in the summer of 1970, under the name of Pilton Pop, Folk and Blues Festival, tickets cost £1, which also included free milk. In 1990, Glastonbury gained momentum, the year marking the festival's 20th anniversary and the adoption of its current name. A host of performances across theatre, rock and pop entertained 70,000 people, each paying £38, according to the V&A. Fast forward to 1999, and Glastonbury had a capacity of 100,500, and cost £83 to enter. In 2022, Glastonbury ticket costs surged by 20%. The last time tickets went on general sale before then was in 2019, when they cost £280 plus a £5 booking fee, for what should have been the 2020 festival. It was subsequently cancelled for 2 years due to the coronavirus pandemic. Music fans blasted Glastonbury organizers for pricing out ordinary people and making it a festival exclusively for the wealthy after ticket prices for 2023 rose by nearly 20% to £340. The criticism forced the festival's organizer Emily Eavis to defend the price hike, putting it down to incredibly challenging times. Today, the festival, which has a capacity of 210,000, costs an even higher £355 plus £5 booking fee, making it a pricey affair. It is a cost that has made the festival unaffordable for many, forcing some to opt for smaller day festivals, as opposed to bigger events like Glastonbury. It is a reality that has led festival-goers to take to X, formerly Twitter, to complain. One said, "Just going to say it. Glastonbury is my idea of hell. Too expensive." A second added, "A basic ticket for #Glastonbury 2024 is £355 plus £5 booking fee. No wonder it is full of old people and rich kids from London. The festival has become too greedy. Get that Glastonbury is a huge endeavor, that costs for everything are rising and that the festival industry as a whole is struggling after COVID, but it's clear the festival is now almost exclusively for the wealthy," a third wrote. Another agreed and said, "Didn't try for Glastonbury tickets this year as it's way too expensive now. It's one of the world's biggest music festivals, but it does not offer equally big payouts to its performers. As a result, musicians have resisted the chance of playing the festival, fearing it would be too costly rather than rewarding." Mercury Prize-nominated singer-songwriter Nadine Shah has performed at Glastonbury in the past but did not this year, and recently explained why on X. She posted on June 4, "The rumors are untrue. I am not playing at Glastonbury. I would have liked to, but I wasn't offered a televised stage, so I declined. It's too expensive a hit for me to take otherwise. It's just a reality that playing live is super expensive, and if you can justify the costs, like being on telly and having a wider reach, then sometimes you take the hit. Otherwise no, we've all bills to pay." She later added, "Most festivals do pay well though. I was offered literally a fifth of what I am offered for other shows this summer. The world's biggest headline music acts such as Taylor Swift and Madonna may also be snubbing the Glastonbury Festival for paying too little. The showcase pyramid stage performances were by Dua Lipa on Friday, Coldplay in their fifth Glastonbury headline appearance on Saturday, and SZA on Sunday, following Shania Twain in that evening's Legends slot. The festival is said to be struggling to secure top names, with the fees on offer a tenth of what artists can command elsewhere. Yet while the payouts have been described as hilarious, PR chiefs have also highlighted how legendary performers are often tempted by the event's prestige and potential sales boosts from a higher profile. Arctic Monkeys, Guns N' Roses and Sir Elton John were the headliners last year, following Billie Eilish, Sir Paul McCartney and Kendrick Lamar in 2022. Yet there is said to be frustration that festival organizers have been unable to tempt Taylor Swift, whose record-breaking Eras tour hit the UK this summer. The US singer, 34, famed for such hits as Shake It Off and Bad Blood, played 3 sold-out nights at Wembley Stadium, with those in the crowd including Prince William, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, who posed for a selfie with her last Friday. When Swift announced her UK tour dates last June, some noted how the weekend scheduled for this year's Glastonbury appeared available. She had previously agreed to headline the Pyramid stage in 2020, only for the COVID-19 pandemic to intervene and put paid to that year's festival. Glastonbury organizer Emily Eves, daughter of the event's founder Michael Eves, said in 2022, "I think we've got Taylor next time she's doing some touring." Yet when Glastonbury was on, Swift played at Dublin's Aviva Stadium as part of her world tour, which has become the first whose ticket sales have grossed more than $1 billion, or £790 million. And disagreements over the money on offer reportedly scuppered plans for Madonna to fill this year's prestigious Sunday Legends spot, now taken by Canadian country pop star Twain, The Telegraph reported. Previous acts booked for that role have included Dame Shirley Bassey in 2007, Sir Ray Davies in 2010, Dolly Parton in 2014, Lionel Richie the following year, Kylie Minogue in 2019, Diana Ross in 2022 and Cat Stevens last year. Other summer festivals can call upon the financial backing of heavyweight sponsors, such as BST in Hyde Park with the support of American Express. Glastonbury tends to award the most prominent advertising space to charities including Greenpeace, Oxfam and WaterAid. Michael Eves was quoted as previously saying in 2017, "We're not in a situation where we're able to just give people enormous amounts of money. So we're really grateful for the bands that we get, because they're basically doing it for the love of it. There's a bog standard price for the headliner. We get the headliners for a tenth of the normal price. So they're not being paid very much." Sir Paul is said to have received £200,000 for his headline performance in 2022, with Sir Elton getting £250,000 the following year. Music PR specialist Alan Edwards tells in his new memoir I Was There, Dispatches from a Life in Rock and Roll how his client David Bowie played the Pyramid stage in 2000 in front of 250,000 people. He writes, "It was hilarious, it was about £20,000 or something, and even then it wasn't a lot of money." David was always an artist and he was driven by what he felt was the right thing and what he wanted to do, rather than what the payday was. He didn't even ask. It was a cool thing to do. Glastonbury has got that wonderful legacy. When Glastonbury unveiled its headline acts in 2023, Arctic Monkeys, Guns N' Roses, Elton John and Lizzo, it made heads turn, but not for the right reasons. Fans of the festival claimed that the lineup was sexist due to a lack of female headliners. It was a decision that caused The Guardian to brand the festival a blokefest, sloppy and slapdash. While the top row of the famous poster only had one woman present, Lizzo, there were other female names down below, including Lana Del Rey, Blondie and Mahalia. This year, festival organizers seem to have listened to the criticism, because Dua Lipa, SZA and Shania Twain are Glastonbury's main acts of 2024. Regardless, this year's lineup received criticism for another reason, being too boring, with fans claiming the lineup is the worst ever. Fans were unimpressed by the announcement, with many underwhelmed by Coldplay, who have headlined Glastonbury 4 times prior, while others were surprised by the addition of SZA, who has never scored a UK #1. Taking to X, formerly Twitter, many expressed their disappointment at the lineup and their annoyance that rumors Madonna was set to appear weren't realized. Annoyed festivalgoers shared, "Interesting Glastonbury lineup. Very disappointed Madonna said no. Also, who the hell is SZA? Thought SZA was one of the Wu-Tang Clan #Glastonbury, Coldplay again?" Jesus. And, sorry, who was SZA? Genuinely. This year's Glastonbury Festival was one of the wokest ever, as Gen Zers shun the usual warm-up DJ sets and bans for political debates after a series of group workout sessions. As the sun rose above Worthy Farm, hundreds of people were seen taking part in organized runs or a 30-minute workout session, led live by exercise guru Joe Wicks, instead of heading straight for the stages or alcohol tents. Health-conscious Gen Zers were also seen shaking up the festivities with cold outdoor showers, stretches and even a group jog. The organized run, which saw around 200 people take part, stretched for around 5 kilometers as joggers pounded through the fields while others, millennials, slept off their hangovers. And then rather than the customary baby wipe bath, young people could be seen having showers near their tents, to ensure they feel and look fresh for the day. Gen Z attendees, known for their health-conscious lifestyles including drinking less booze than their millennial counterparts, didn't head straight for the beers either. Crowds then gathered for Joe Wicks' Glastonbury workout this morning, a 30-minute HIIT exercise class. Alternative health solutions were also being widely promoted, including a tent charging £15 for attendees to lie upside down in an attempt to help ease back problems. There is even a stand where people are offered free hugs. At the site, which has long been at the heart of talks by politicians, activists, and community leaders, this year's attendees heard from experts on climate change, industrial action, and the Grenfell fire.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel for more views. Thank you.